Bad news, no power. Charger not working. Scanning fob does nothing. I've heard of this before. Someone throws the breaker for kicks. Brookings EV network charger never did work for me. I went inside the Fred Meyer to customer service and let them know there was no power and asked if they could throw the breaker, but it wasn't that simple. The person at customer service really did their best. They just stayed on it until they got to a dead end. And that dead end was, they had to ask a lot of people because nobody there knew anything about the charger, which is not surprising. And eventually they concluded that they had to phone the AV network, which they did, and the AV network attempted a reboot but failed, and then they said they'd send out a technician, but obviously that's not going to help me. That maybe will help the next person who wants to come charge there. So I didn't feel rushed. I felt like committing a public service and pursuing this so the charger would be back online for the next person. I was pretty sure I could make it to the prehistoric gardens again. That was a little tight. So I did. Drove to the prehistoric gardens. And by the way, that is a totally legit charging stop if you've got your own level 2 charger. There is no wall outlet there for a level 1 charger. But when they saw me charging, people who work there were thrilled. How did you know you could charge here? Oh, it's on the app. And what are the hours, by the way? I'd like to post them. They said, 24/7 is fine, just, as long as people are respectful. So, it's all good news because I wasn't really totally convinced that spot was legit for a long time, and I'm glad that it is because, I didn't want to be trespassing if I could help it. I don't seek trespassing. Anyway, so I charged there for a bit, and then I rolled up to the Port Orford AV network charger, which, Port Orford's a cute town. It looks like a nice place. The spot the charger is in, it's off the road, which is lovely, but there's just often, semi-feral dogs and running off leash, and people just kind of standing around smoking and staring, and staring at me. Like they maybe don't get a lot of chargers there for some reason. Maybe because they make people uncomfortable. Maybe it's just me. But it's not my favorite spot. And there was a lot going on. It was Friday night. They're just, surprising amount of traffic for a little town. And so, that's fine. I got some charging done, and then I moved on to Bandon, which is right next to the road. Otherwise, a nice spot. I thought I might get some sleep there, and I did, but it's also pretty noisy being next to the road, and since I wasn't sleeping well, I decided to move on. I skipped past the Coos Bay charger this time. I went on to Reedsport, the charger I skipped last time. Another AV network charger, and it's right at a gas station, so that's a little surprising. And so, maybe not obvious. It's most gas stations do not offer electric vehicle charging for whatever reason. You fill in the blanks. So I was glad to see, gas station offering charging. Though I've been to Reedsport plenty of times to call it the recreation station. It's like your place to get provisions before you go and do your recreation, whatever it is. They have a pretty nice bicycle rest stop there. It is right next to the highway, which is a drawback. But, it's a pretty neat idea. And that's right by the AV network charger at the gas station in Reedsport, Oregon. Got a little more sleep there while my car was charging. Got back on the road. Skipping the Three Rivers Casino because it's a pretty short drive to that, and I don't have any more home-cooked meals, sadly, to heat up on the wall outlet. So I'm heading on into EVagabond. I think that's how you say it, EVagabond. Anyway, cute little town on the Oregon coast, one of my favorites for charging. The charger is right by a park, a community center, and there's a nice boardwalk through the wetlands over to the beach. Sort of a rocky beach, a little tricky to get down to, but scenic all the way around. Nice place to take a walk. If memory serves, it's also a nice place to get a hot breakfast if you're not an extreme early bird, which I kind of am. But at this point, the length of drive from Reedsport gives them time in Yahas to yawn and stretch and get out of bed and go down and make some breakfast for people. So I'm pretty sure they're open now. It's a Saturday morning, so it was a good time to get an early start because this is sand dune country, and that means lots of recreation involving ATVs getting hauled around on big trucks, and sometimes there's a lot of traffic even in the winter with big trucks and people in a hurry. I'm not trying to drive slow, I'm trying to drive in a way I consider safe according to the conditions in the road, because I'm hungry. I'd like to get there and have little doubt that I can get there with the range that I have. So I'm not really trying to conserve my range at this moment. I'm just trying to keep it moving, get into town. Towns like those little towns, they put in chargers partly because they want your business, right? So you kind of have to give them some. Now, you can probably tell I've made this drive several times before, so I don't have a lot of tourist dollars to spend, and you know that too. So I try to spread them around a little bit, and support towns and businesses that support EV travel. I'm not just, I'm vagabonding it, but I'm not exactly just looking for handouts. I'm wanting to pay it back, so to speak, or pay it forward, as the case may be. Just to be clear, paying it back and paying it forward are not the same thing. Some people think it is. Anyway. Had to run the heat and the air more than usual due to the fact that I washed dishes and did a little laundry, and now those wet things are kind of, stuck in the car when I'm not charging somewhere. Got some sun yesterday, so I could hang things out in the sun for a bit. Put my dish tub out in the sun for a bit, try to dry things out. It's a challenge in the rainforest in the winter, in the springtime. It rains a lot. I'm back at the Blue Heron French Cheese Company to charge my car and buy some provisions. When I got here, what a mess. Someone was icing. An internal combustion engine vehicle was in the Tesla spot. And so then the Tesla was in the level 2 spot. And then I had to gesture and convince people to move out of, to stop icing the Tesla spot. And then I had to park in the Tesla spot, and the cord barely reached. And then the Tesla left, and I'm still in the Tesla spot. So then I have to get out of the Tesla spot and get in the level 2 spot, all because someone decided to park their car where they're not supposed to, and people think it doesn't matter.
I don't think this is a place that has trains.
Anyway, I appreciate the charging. And I appreciate the farm animals. Kind of cool little place here with goats and llamas and screaming peacocks and stuff. So, one of the more interesting charging spots if you like livestock or cheese. The EVagabond video blog is sponsored by the Dao Fawu Monastery.